If we could go back, tell ourselves it would get better now. These are the days that we've been waiting on forever now. If we could go back, tell ourselves it would get better now. Where you at? Where you go? I heard you're on your own. Didn't think that our roads could erode or crumble or implode. I guess we're getting older. Guess we're not as bold at processing the things we need. Just trying to keep control. I miss it, can we roll out? Get free, lose control. I'm leaning on your shoulder. I just want to know. Can we? I just want to know. Can we? I just want to know. Can we? I just want to know. Where you been? Did you know you always are welcome? Yes, you are. Sure, it's been a little long, but we always will be golden and magnificent. Still, I guess we're getting older. Guess we're not as bold at processing the things we need. Just trying to keep control. I miss it, can we roll out? Get free, lose control. I'm leaning on your shoulder. I just want to know. Can we? I just want to know. Can we? I just want to know. Can we? I just want to know. Whatever it takes us soon one day we'll be flying high. I just know. We are high. We are high. We are high. We are fight this away. Whatever it takes us low. Soon one day we'll be flying high. I just know. I've been walking in the moonlight. You go round and round in my mind. You feel like home.
All right, guys, what is going on? What is good? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you guys had a fun day today. It was a little wild, man. I want to be honest with you. Today was a little wild, dog. It was a little wild, but that's to be expected. Lots of news, big dog. We had ISM services PMI at 9 a.m. Excuse me. We have unemployment claims tomorrow, and then we have the unemployment rate on Friday. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a whole lot of stuff, know what I'm saying? And so we got 40 people, 41 viewers. Very nice, very nice. Dude, take a look at this, man. Take a look at that. 9,000 subscribers. Flacco, this is an old hat. I just, you know me, I wear the same shit. I wear like the same 3 or 4 hats all the time. But yeah, 9,000 subscribers, baby. That 48 Laws video really pushed us up there. Got like 230, 240 subscribers just from the 48 Laws video, and that gave us a really, really big boost. So yeah, we crossed the 9,000 threshold earlier today. So today's March 5th, 2025, right? Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me come back. Yeah, it has a date on there. Achieved March 5th, 2025. That's today. Pretty sweet. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sweet. So appreciate you guys for being here, for learning, for subscribing, obviously. And the paid members as well. The paid members are better than the freebies on here. You know what I'm saying? I'll just play it. Not really. What's good? Felix, Naruto, Robert, 2020, Mason, Willow, Sean, Ebernith, Eminem, Zokjo. Oh yeah. What's good? Kevin, Red Pill, Courtney, Shay, Leon, Flacco, Remy, Marvelous, Neb. Who else did I miss? Harmon, Torty, Stasco. We got to get you a membership. Eddie, we got to get you a membership. Appreciate that. Thank you. Was good? Jim Bob. Was good? Prosper. Was good? Connie. What is in the membership? Nothing. I just take your money and run. That's what I do. I just take your money. That's it. You know? No, obviously not. Just like in the chat, I don't know why I said that. Just like just like a market maker. That's what I'm here for. You know, sweeping lows, taking your money. If I can't get it here, I'm taking it in the market, you know? But no, obviously the chat, right? The chat a lot of the times is member only. I have it open to the public because, you know, I dropped that video, got a lot of views. We might get some new people on the live streams. So I wanted to give you guys an opportunity for discourse. You guys can ask me questions, you know, we can have a conversation basically between me and the 55 of you on here. But the membership, what it does, it's only $25 a month. All right. The price will never go up. I'll never sell you a course. It's not an upsell. It's not a funnel to an upselling or none of that bullshit. None of these $300 PDFs like they do over there on Twitter. Okay. I'm not that. $25 a month is the highest you'll ever pay. You get chat access, Discord access. So the rest of the community that's in there, 170 something people that are in there. I do market reviews every Tuesday and Thursday. So you get 2 private videos, right? 2 market reviews every week. There are a bunch of member-only videos. There's a ton of member-only live streams as well, which I live stream for free. But a lot of the times I do save them as member-only as well. If there's a lot of sauce in there, which I usually try to give you guys a lot of sauce, but yeah, so Discord, chat, private videos, 2 market reviews a week. You also get the sniper badge next to their name, right? Like Torty has the blue one, Naruto, Big James have the gold one, Robin has a bronze one. So it's the name for it is technically a loyalty badge. So you get to show your support with that. So that's pretty much what that is. I might be forgetting something, but yeah. So I don't promise signals in the Discord. Sometimes I do give price levels. I did give a price level today. I gave out 20,527. Or I might have said 526. I might have been off, unless I was looking at the micros. That might have been it. For ES, I also gave you a downside target of yesterday's low. So we didn't hit the downside target for ES, but we did hit an upside objective for NQ. So again, I don't promise that. I don't promise signals. I don't promise bias, but sometimes I do give my bias if there's a clean level that I'm looking for my own trading. And you guys can either watch it or study it, or you could trade it if you wanted to. But again, I don't promise that. I don't want to be obligated for that. That's what makes it easier. That's the thing, man, about like signals and stuff like that. Okay. I'm not against signal services. I'm not. I might even do a signal service in the future. You know, I've always left that door open. But part of the reason why I don't, because obviously I can make a lot of money doing that shit, but that's not what it's about. Okay. When a trader is obligated to send ideas, you know, it probably won't happen with me because I've been doing this for you know, I'm in my 11th year, but I know a lot of younger traders that if they're forced to give ideas, they send out really bad fucking ideas. You know, not all the time, but it's like when you're under that pressure, it makes it more difficult. But if we have a group, right? If we have the community, but I never promised signals, I never promised bias or trade ideas or anything like that, and I just naturally do it on my own, that's why a lot of the times, like 80-90% of the time, the targets that I have, they hit the same day because I'm not obligated to do it. So it frees up the you know, trying to force things that aren't there, if that makes sense. So that's all the stuff that you get with the membership. So you don't have to. I'm not holding a fucking gun to your head. It's just, it's extra. Something that if you want to be part of a badass community, then you can come hang out with us. So you can cancel it anytime. You could pay one time to try it out, see if you like it or not. If you don't like it, cancel it. You know what I mean? I don't beg people to stay. I'm not like that. I'm not like some of these network marketers, you know, forcing you to stay here. I have an open door policy, baby. You could stay, you could leave. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's the best way to do business, honestly. I really do. Give out most of what you know for free. And then, you know, let people support you with extra stuff. That honestly, I really feel that's the best way to do business. That's why I do it that way. And I don't charge a lot. Michaela, interesting spelling there, Michaela, but welcome to the membership. We appreciate you for being here. We appreciate that. Yeah, drop some welcome emojis, which is the celebration / birthday emoji. Well, it's technically her birthday since she signed up today. It's her SMS birthday. But anyway, let me get into the details of it so we don't spend half the time BSing around. We don't spend all that time bullshit. Junior, we got to get you one too. Everybody needs a membership. All right. So one, there was a couple levels I had, but the highest one was 20,527. So the reason for that, all right, looking at our equities open, and I did wake up a little bit early today, which is cool. All right, there's our equities open. So I did figure that we would probably trade higher today. Again, even though ES had the lows, I still had the idea that we could trade higher today. And I'll get to that in a minute. But if we're going to go higher, then we typically should go lower first. So to me, 830 hits, we trade lower. We rallied off of that. I thought this inversion might hold. There's two imbalances here that might hold as well. And we actually gave that up. So we made a new low here. And it's like, ooh, I don't know about that, Chief. 9 a.m. rolls around. So don't forget what's important about that. It's not just the hour, of course, but Forex Factory, right? We had ISM services PMI for the dollar. So that's going to also, be for indices as well. So that was right at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. So with that, we could reasonably expect a volatility injection, right? We can anticipate volatility. Now, to me, I was not trying to predict whether the news would take us lower or take us higher. I didn't, I wasn't going to predict news like that. News ends up taking us higher, like Creed, right? We hit this imbalance, we rallied again, and me personally, I was a little bit shocked that we did not extend and trade up there. I was a little bit surprised. I was like, that's interesting. But since it is Wednesday, middle of the week, but also this is the day before unemployment, because tomorrow morning or tomorrow pre-market is unemployment, and then Friday is the unemployment rate for both USD and for the Canadian dollar. I still never understood why they do both of those at the same time. Been doing this a decade. I still never figured that out. Anyway, moving on. So we don't take the target that I gave in the Discord. All right. Okay. Whatever. We trade lower. Now we're making like lower lows and higher highs. So it's one of those days, it's making like a cone shape. This type of environment, you probably don't want to trade. Okay. So we do a whole lot of nothing. We stay within the range. Then we end up creating a level of liquidity here at 20,440. Yeah, 440 even, actually. So what do we get here? Low resistance highs. Right. Right there. So to me, I don't look at this like a market maker buy model, but I do view the Dow that way today. Okay, I was gonna get to that in a little bit. Those highs are here for NQ, but above that, Dow Jones high of day is equal highs. And I figured when we were in here, like no shit, I had that idea. I was like, if this was a market maker buy model, we're gonna take that low and then rally up here. And I was not interested in doing that. Like I was just not interested in buying below the low or playing any retracements in here. And I just watched this shit happen. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? So because Dow Jones has an upside objective, perfect, well, not perfect, but a well outlined market maker buy model, NQ doesn't even have to get to the high, the same high that Dow made, because it's low resistance highs are lower, but it does have a higher objective here too. So the business down in here, I did find to be interesting, and I'm going to show you what you missed. Are you cool with that? Can I show you what you missed, chat? Am I allowed to do that? And don't worry, I missed it too, because I actually took a break from the charts when we were done in here. So I didn't see it at the time, but I'm going to show you something that you're probably going to go, wow, that's pretty insane. You ready? All right. Hopefully did laundry. You're going to need a new pair of drawers here in a minute. All right. If you remember, okay, go back to the market review yesterday. If you remember on the daily time frame, what did we meet yesterday? What is this pink shaded box down here? Do you guys remember what that is? That was a very, very higher time frame pool of liquidity. And that was met yesterday. You remember that? High time frame liquidity pool. We dug into that yesterday and rallied off of it. So, and again, I know for a fact you probably didn't think of this. And I usually don't, but I did today. If yesterday, okay, if yesterday met a higher time frame pool of liquidity, what does that mean for the next day? What does that mean potentially for the next day? It's not always like this. It's not always like this, chat. But remember, I think that was this level here. Wednesday, I lied. Thursday, October 31st. You remember that? Here? Look at the daily time frame. That's the time frame we're on. Look at that candle yesterday. We traded lower and then off of it. So what does that mean for today? Right, Naruto and Felix. Felix was first. NCE on the daily time frame. So that means next candle entry. That means on a higher time frame, we are technically in a discount here. We wrecked that low. Okay. Wrecked that low. The market's been selling off for a couple weeks. Well, not a couple weeks, maybe like a week and a half. Right. So with this new range, this high down to the low we just made, and we took that higher time frame liquidity pool, the next day we could reasonably anticipate today to be bullish. All right. Now, again, it won't always be that way. It's not always that way, but that's how that operates. All right. At least the way that I view it. So that means for today, if we have targets, if we have something to aim for on the upside, then we can look for longs. Okay. So obviously we well, based on TradingView's calculation, we opened at 20,555. Okay. And then traded lower. That's where this shit gets interesting. Okay. Because why? I'm going to put our markers back up on here. We have a general consolidation, but we have low resistance highs at 20,000. I don't know why the. Oh, it's because I didn't use array. There we go. Dude, can you fucking. There we go. All right, there we go. 20,440 is the first set of highs. What I gave in the Discord was 527.5 up here. So do we have higher, or do we have an objective that is higher than the current market being below this old low? Yes. So remember, what you sow, you shall reap. What you sow, you shall reap. What does that mean? It means what was once bearish can become bullish, or what was once bullish can become bearish. It's not old support, new resistance, old resistance, new support. The ideas are very similar, but it's not the same. Because you need context, you need time, and of course, price. So if we look at our sell-off, okay? If we look at our sell-off, again, consolidation, 10 o'clock, this was the biggest thing too. I guarantee you probably missed this. 10 o'clock, no wick. You see that? 9:59, 10 o'clock, no wick on the upside. Did you catch that? You didn't catch that, did you? No wick on 10 a.m.'s open. Imbalance here. We trade lower. Imbalance here. That price respects for quite some time, actually. Can't get through it. Can't get through it. Can't get through it. Lower. In it one more time. Lower again. This imbalance was respected until when? Here. See that? We had all that shit up here. Imbalance is being respected to go lower. Again here. And then one more here that did trade lower one more time. Doesn't make a lower low. This imbalance was bearish, right? I mean, we can all see that, right? It hit the imbalance perfectly to the high end of it and then traded lower, but does not make a lower low. So what does this potentially become? Yeah, you fucking missed that one. It's okay, I did too. Trades through it at 10:56. 10:57, what does it do? Trade lower. Open low. Long. Look at that. That was fucking scrumptious, wasn't it? You see that shit? You see that, chat? That, I love this stuff, dude. This is why I love giving it to you as well. Because look at that. These same ideas were taught in the 48 Laws video. I teach this stuff all the time. So although, again, I don't necessarily view this like a market maker buy model. I don't. NQ's price action today, for me, it was a little... It was more difficult. I'll say that. All right. It was not impossible, but it was definitely more difficult than usual. Given the fact that it's Wednesday and we have news tomorrow and Friday, it's understandable. But the same ideas still work, right? And I tweeted that yesterday too. I literally tweeted, I said, look, conditions don't change. Conditions don't change. Ranges change, sure. Our ranges go from smaller to higher, smaller to higher. I get that. In the 90s, S&P moved like 5 points on the day. You know what I mean? Like 5 whole points for the day. We get it. Now we move 5 points in like a 1 minute candlestick. All right. Yes, things change. Conditions, though, I don't understand that. Liquidity still gets met. Concepts still become inverted. Discounts, the logic is still there. You know what I mean? Also, the reason I love this too is because that is also what? That's the inversion model. That's the last imbalance on the way lower. Right here. I mean, you have like a really small one right there, I guess. There's a gap right here too. Did you notice that? Right there. inverted gap, normal, imbalance that became an inversion, and then it overlaps with the bullish one inside of it right there too. You see that? Look at how precise that is. Is that not precise, bro? I mean, 1 minute time frame. It's the exact time frame everyone's says to stay off of. Stay off the 1 minute. Stay off the 1 minute. Look at the precision at 1054. It's respecting that gap. Look at the precision at 1056. It's respecting this imbalance. Look at the precision at 1057. It's respecting the inversion. What do you mean stay off the 1 minute? What the fuck are you talking about? On top of that, it's got those 3 down candles right there too. It's got the little 3 amigos right here. You know what I mean? That's a tequila brand, by the way. I'm not racist. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's got the 3 down candles here put together. You got a bunch of shit happening right there, man. Come on. Where are you putting your risk on that trade or relevance to low of day? Or are you going to use the low or point system? I'm going with that low. I mean, I didn't trade this. This was right before. This is also during the macro, by the way. But I did not trade. I think I said earlier, I stepped away from the chart right here. I don't know if I went like to the bathroom or something, or if I just said, yo, fuck trading today. But I just stepped away here. So I didn't see that. I wasn't in front of the chart at the time. But that is your 11 a.m. macro. Right? 1050 to 1110. Look at that. And then when did we deliver to the level that I gave you? 1150 is here. We hit that level at 1151. So we made a low during one macro and delivered to the target in another macro. Is Jordan here? Look at that shit. You can't tell me that's not fucking beautiful. Time, price, and context. Insane. Elite level precision. I'm trying to tell you. Ricky still go with the first and last 15. I mean, 1045, it doesn't offer anything though. There's no precision here on anything. There's an imbalance here that got ripped through. But we do see precision at 1056, which is inside that time window. And that gap was created at 1050. But what I can agree on, Rookie, that would trump the macro opening price, what I can agree with is the 15-minute open. I can agree with that. It trades below the open of the 15-minute. Let's go to a 15-minute time frame and investigate. See that? So 1030 and then 1045, it does trade lower. So I'm with you there. I'm with you on that. But the volatility is always after 1050 and a few minutes after the hour. Because like even here, it extends after 1050. 1045 again was that new 15-minute candle to trade lower, short-term low, and then ran. But it runs in the 1050 to 1210 time frame. I think I said that correctly. We're able to put the risk at that predetermined area, not because of the low day. We scaled down to micros today because it was like 40. Oh yeah, no, today was definitely a micro day, probably not an E-mini kind of day. But anyway, the I lost my train of thought. What I was saying earlier is I did not view Nasdaq like it was a buy model. Personally, I just wasn't doing that. This is what it looks like in regular trading hours. So let's matter of fact, you know what? Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's make this fresh. One thing, you know what? That brings me to a good point. One thing I forgot to mention earlier for announcement's sake, what I'm going to do is, it may not be for every law, but I'm going to start a new series for, this is a member only series, by the way. I'm going to start a new member only series, and it's going to be the expanded version of the 48 laws of trading. So more details, maybe not for every law, but some of them will have more details and then plenty of more examples as well. So 48 laws of trading expanded, that will start pretty soon. I'm not going to say when that's going to start, but that will start soon. And there's going to be plenty of examples. Now, since we're here and I've already taught you this, I'll teach it to you again. One thing I did not teach you, and I didn't do this on purpose. I just didn't, I mean, it didn't cross my mind. There's 48 laws. I was trying to make sure I had enough content for every law, which was very hard to do, but I made it work. At least I think so. Anyway, one thing about the buy low, sell high idea is premium and discount are based off of ranges, right? We've always talked about ranges, from a high to a low, low to a high, from a target to a low, or a target to a high, whatever, high to a target. One thing I already taught you, and I'll teach it to you again, is gaps. Okay? So Tuesday's close to Wednesday, which is today, our open is here. Right? So we have a gap. Now, what do you remember about gaps, though? Think about premium and discount levels. What did I tell you about gaps? If price, all right, we have another, we'll go over yesterday actually, or the other day rather, whatever day this is. I told you that when you have a gap, and again, this is just how I view it. Okay, maybe there's other people that probably do too, but this is the way that I look at it. If we have a gap, right, we gapped lower. We're into the gap and then below the gap. To me, if we are below a gap, I view that as a discount. I view that as a discount. If we're above a gap, I view that as a premium. Right? And again, this is why I'm making an extended version, because there's a lot of details to this shit. There's a lot of details. And that's okay. Remember? I don't think I gave it in a visual like this, but you know, we're here and most people like visual concepts. That's how pretty much how I view it. If we're inside the gap, if we're on our way lower, then this would be, I guess, like a premium to short. Sure. But in the traditional sense, if we're inside a gap, that's cool. If we're below a gap, that's a discount. If we're above it, that's a premium. And that's just one example, right? We got lower, back into it, traded lower. And then just like we went over yesterday, we were aiming for higher pricing, 2 for 2 on the day. Know what I'm saying? Them shits hit like a motherfucker. Them shits hit, right? I don't know if we were in a discount exactly, but this, remember this shit? Well, we were looking at electronic hours, but nonetheless, remember this? Remember that inversion? And then I had marked something else, maybe these down candles or some shit, or this imbalance. You remember that? That inverted imbalance is where? Below the gap. So it's in a discount. That's how I view it. Right? So If we look at it today, same idea. It's the same. Now, gaps aren't created equal. Some gaps are smaller, some gaps are larger. Right. And just like daily ranges. So it won't always be, I guess, as clean or as the way you want it to be. But here we are. Here's today's gap. Right. And you extend it out. Okay. You can also extend gaps to like the following day and the day after that. But I'll just throw that in there as a hidden gem that you probably won't write down and forget later on. And then I'll tell you I told you so. And you'll be like, when did you say that shit? Right. So that's kind of how I view it as well. Right. Gap. Traded into it and below it. So we're below this gap. We have, again, these short-term highs here. So if we're below a recent low, and then again, if we go down to the 1 minute, I already showed you what was down here. The inversion model, right? The very same model that I gave you multiple times for free all the fucking time. I hand out this model like candy on Halloween. It's such a beautiful model. Okay. The last imbalance on the way lower, on the way to a liquidity run, really. And so that's why I'm saying, if we come, I'm saying all this to wrap this up, to come back to the idea I said earlier. I don't view this like a market maker buy model, because to me, it didn't really take a low that I like to see. We never traded below yesterday's low, right? We never did that. I mean, we might have taken like a previous session low or some shit, but to me, I just don't typically like seeing it. But that doesn't mean that the market still can't deliver as if it was a market maker buy model. Does it make sense? If we were to mark up the majority of the stuff over here, okay, on this leg lower, let me delete everything again. Right, and we do this from time to time as well. And you should honestly do this on your own, and most of you probably don't, but it's okay, I'm just talking shit today. Sell side delivery, right? If this is going to function like a market maker buy model, if it's going to seek higher pricing, then it's going to do it in a manner that, like I've already said, what was once bearish will be bullish. So we have an imbalance there. You could argue that we have a level of distribution here, excuse me. We could argue that, right? We could see that. We have an imbalance here as well that I've already marked out, but I'll mark it again. It's okay. Then we don't really have an imbalance or anything in here, but the next available thing, remember, is 10 a.m. lack of wick. So to me, if we were to include that like that, I could see that potentially being something on the other side, in which we do see here. See that? We trade into it, off of it, above it, and then to the discount end of it, finally really through it, and then to the high end of it here, and then off of it. You see that? We never came back to the previous level of distribution. We never came back to that. We never came back to the imbalance either. It was a breakaway. But we did get the gap right here. We did get the inversion here. We did get that imbalance here. We don't get these, and that's fine. A market, okay? A market that runs like that and then doesn't give you a steep discount, it barely shows any retracement, that's a really fucking bullish market. That's the same way that if it doesn't retrace higher, it's heavy. You don't want deep retracements. If you're in a bullish market, you don't want deep retracements. You don't want that. And that's exactly why a lot of people still do this. There's an imbalance. Let me put my entry there, and then you never get filled, and then the market trades higher, and you go, oh, this is bullshit. man, those fucking TikTok trader guys were wrong. Well, yeah, no shit. Because it's not that cookie cutter. It's not that easy where you can just say, oh, yeah, you know, the first imbalance. It's usually a breakaway. In a really, really bullish market, it's not going to come down to your order because you're asking for too much. So you had opportunities in here. You probably didn't see them. Again, I didn't see them either. It's okay. I'm not dogging you. I wasn't in front of the computer, but either way, I didn't see it. But what was once bearish can become bullish. Same ideas. They continue to work. So what conditions are you talking about? Conditions change. Nothing changes, bro. Nothing changes except your fucking IQ. It keeps going down with that dumbass shit. Okay? That, to me, that was like the focus for today. Right? The highs that I gave you up here this morning. 527. That's already been done. So I have no more commentary for today. I have no more targets that I want to see met. I don't know. I just don't know. But for studying purposes, look what we did today. Beautiful, I guess I want to say low risk buy opportunity. Because we could argue on a line chart. We could argue on a line chart. You know, a lot of you like break of structure, right? Well, there's your fucking break of structure. Only break of structure is I don't know. I don't really care for it, but I do care about shifts in price delivery. You see both of them here. It's hard to tell, but that's a high, and then that's a higher high right there. That's a break of structure. So you got that shit too, if you like that. That high, broken. But yeah, lower low here. So I mean, I guess one could argue, and again, this looks shitty to me, but one could argue we did get a 1-2-3 formation here. I don't really entirely agree with that, but body wise, that's a 1-2-3 formation low. Again, the markets don't always do what I want them to do. You know what I'm saying? The wick here, and we have a higher body here. So like naturally, I look at that and go, yeah, that's a higher low. But the bodies here actually have a 1-2-3 formation. Then we get a reversal. So, you know, again, that's not something that I saw. But if you were stalking 527 today, there was a good chance you may have played the reaccumulation. I think Flacco or Felix or somebody in the Discord, I think, traded something like this in here, right? The second stage in here, beautiful. And then, you know, if you held on to the price that I gave you, then you would have caught, you know, the rest of that, which was beautiful. So, you know, I don't always give signals, but I don't always give bias, but that was there. And then just for completeness sake, I did say ES 57.44, and we never got to that. So we never got there. But to be fair, ES also had not the same highs, but similar. That was met at 907. And then above that, there's a small cluster back here. A pretty sideways consolidation this morning. Right in here. So again, consolidation as well as a bunch of lower highs. High, lower high, equal probably, and then lower high. So a bunch of highs in here at 825. And that is what was met a little bit earlier here. So let that be a testament. I'm not perfect. The levels that I talk about, they don't always get hit. Okay. I'm not always right. But the opportunities are still there. And that's why I liked Nasdaq in here to show you as a case study. I feel like that was pretty clean. I mean, do you guys think so? Yes or no? Do you think the price action in here was fairly clean? Now that you've seen the markups, maybe earlier it might have been a little ugh, you know what I mean? But once you spend some time with it, you look at the line chart, you look at the regular trading hours, realize that, oh, you're below a gap, so you're technically like in a discount. And then even this reaccumulation was in a discount because that reaccumulate or inverted imbalance here was below the gap too. So technically this was a discount. Not bad, right? Not something I was interested in the moment because of the lows. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that because I felt the same way. Printing my chart. And printing my chart that I trade for journaling. How do you journal? Do you prefer before and after? Yeah, before and after. What I typically like to do the best is a screenshot of the entry and then a screenshot of the after. So if you have a checklist or something, then you can always utilize that too. You know, what's your framework, right? Like, is it the buy model, the sell model? You know, what's your entry technique? Is it the inversion model? Is it the reaccumulation model? Is it, you know, whatever, all the details. That's what I would put. I was always on charts carrying a bed up some stairs for a friend. Came back to it later. Good case study. Well, you're a good friend, Naruto, helping out, helping move shit. I hate moving, bro. Moving, I'd rather stub my fucking toe 10 times in a row. I'd rather go to the dentist, you know what I'm saying, than to move. Moving is the worst. It's the absolute worst. Strangers moving your shit around. You don't know if they're going to break. No. No. We're not doing that shit. Moving a gaming computer too? Oh, no. No. We're not doing that. We are not doing that shit. Maybe that's just me. But anyway, we're pretty much near the end of the session. It's 12:55. I don't really have anything else for you guys. I feel like we did a pretty good case study in here today for NQ. We talked a little bit more about premium and discount. You know, I gave you the ideas again when we talk about gaps and the regular trading hours. Above a gap, we're in a premium. This is a premium to me. Below the gap, we're in a discount. You know, inside of it is decent, but it just depends on what price is wanting to do. Like if you were to take the gap to, you can always, again, every concept has premium and discount. You can always cut gaps in half too. And so we've been bullish, right? Look what it's been doing in the discount end of the gap. It's been trading higher. Interesting, right? What time frames do we start to trade on? The 3 minute and one? Well, I never use a 3 minute. Never. I think trading an odd time period like that is just, the 5 minutes fine. The 15 minute is fine, because even though it's like 5 and 15, the 15 is like a quarter because it fits into an hour, into an hourly. But the 3 minute is just, ugh, I just can't do it. It's just like volume levels. You know, whenever you turn the volume up or down, I don't leave it on an odd number. 23, ooh, ugh, no. Put it on 20 or 25 or 22. You leave that bitch on 23, I'm gonna get a headache. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. 29, bump it to 30. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't like it. All right. Maybe that's psychological. Maybe there's some merit there. I just don't do it, because I teach that time is time. I teach that price is fractal. So technically you could use the 3 minute. I do not. Appreciate that, dog. We got to get you a membership, man. We got to get you a membership. The title of the live stream is Market Maker Monday. Oh, what the fuck? It says Wall Street Monday. Why did that not change, dude? I think I typed it. I don't think YouTube saved it. Crazy. That's crazy. Y'all waited till the last 3 minutes of the stream to tell me that the title was fucked up. But that's all right. It's just the title. It don't mean nothing. On Top Step, it doesn't let me place multiple orders. How do I fix that? Well, on Top Step, you can only trade a certain number of contracts. So if you're trading more contracts than that's allowed, then it won't let you. That might be what it is. Thank you, Felix. Names don't matter. Context does. You're right. You're right. Market Maker Monday and Wall Street Wednesday. We might just have Wall Street Monday and Market Maker Wednesday. You know, who cares? Who cares? So anyway, obviously the macro took us a little bit higher. For NQ, our macro took us higher. For ES, our macro took us barely higher for YM, which is cool. We left behind some very interesting lows on YM. We left behind some very interesting lows on NQ as well. I wouldn't trade today. If we were to sum up like in closing, I probably wouldn't trade this today. I'd probably just wait till tomorrow, honestly. That's how I feel. What do I think about Top Step? I like Top Step. I like Top Step. I think they're cool. They don't pay me to say that. They don't pay me to promote them. I don't need that, but I'm funded with them. Half my students are funded with them too. So we like them. Oh, the first in, first out. Yeah, that might be different. It just depends on what your situation is. I don't know based on what you asked. So appreciate that, Karen. But yeah, all right. That is going to be it. So again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for 9,000 subscribers. 10,000 is the next target. That is the next target, man. 10,000. This has also surpassed my Instagram. So this is the highest level of followers I've had on any platform ever. So that's pretty cool. All right. For a kid that used to be in the back of class and getting kicked out the rest of the time, that ain't fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? My teachers would be proud, probably. Those bitch ass old fucking geezers would be proud of your boy. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be good, man. Y'all be blessed. I will see. What's today? Wednesday, right? I will see you again on Friday the 7th. I will put out the market review tomorrow on Thursday. All right. So be good. Don't do anything stupid. And I'll see you Friday.